So we were at the Lakeview Arena, and I had spoken on the phone a couple weeks ago, and I was trying to rent skis, and I pointed out that there was no one up there. We're out here now, and grabbed some food there, made my video, haven't uploaded it yet. Stopping by to talk to whoever was at the office of the nonprofit ski thing to try to get some clarity on. I certainly want to be able to go rent skis. I want to be able to go up there and do my thing. I don't want to have to deal with inconsistencies and people advertising rules that are not consistently getting applied, or rules that are not in signage, or put anywhere. So it's sort of confusing. No one seems to be here. Parks and Rec. Oh, here we go. Noquemanon Trail Network. Here we are. There is someone there. Doors open. Can I come in?
Yeah, it's always open.
Are you guys, are you the Noquemanon Trails? Did I call someone? I was talking to someone on the phone. I was kind of angry. Is it okay if I record this? I just wanted to stop in and point and make a couple quick comments to you. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I have some from you already on the phone.
Okay, cool. Because I put together. Is it okay if I sit down? I don't want to be intimidating or loud or like scare you, but I just want to be clear. So my issue, and I made the 10-minute video, is that lady. She actually at the end was like, "I'm gonna call the police." You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm just trying to make sure you can see. We all know there's no signs up there, and it's just like an imaginary rule that I can't walk my dog. You know what I'm saying? Do you have anything on your website? Do you have anything that says you can't walk a dog on those trails?
Oh, it's not. I don't think our issue is with walking the dogs.
What was the
It's
issue?
walking on the trails. So the ski trails we don't really allow people to walk on unless they're on snowshoes.
And what was your name?
Lori,
Is it okay if I put the, or you know,
that's fine.
you just keep it on me if you want. Okay, so you're saying, but unfortunately, there was no signage that supports that at the trailhead for me, who is not from around here, to have any idea. And there's also no volunteer staff there. So, if you have that, I would just put up the sign for that instead of having that woman come out like an angry guard dog and begin kind of verbally assaulting me in the parking lot. And I was like, hey, I don't know who you are. Do you have a business card? Are you working with these guys? And she said, yeah, I'm on the board of directors. I'm a volunteer. I'm like, well, why don't you go write your name down? And then I recorded a video because I wanted to be clear. And I was like, hey, if you don't want me walking the trail, I have no problem not walking the trail, but put a sign up because everyone's walking. Everyone has their dogs running there. And, if I walked out, I'm just there to rent skis. No one's there to rent the skis.
Yeah, we have certain hours that trail hosts are available.
Unfortunately, no.
We rely on volunteers.
Well,
and the nature of volunteers is there are some times when they won't be staffed. On the website, we do allude to calling ahead, or if somebody's not available, that you should call.
well,
And the trouble is there's a lot of access points to the trails, and it's just education.
the woman's inappropriate behavior was disorderly towards me. She verbally attacked me, and at the end, I have it on record where she's saying she's going to call the police for me going there to rent skis and for walking my dog a little bit on the trail. Put a sign up and then just rent the person skis. Those are your solutions to me.
Okay, well, and I can't speak to what happened.
I have a record of it.
I wasn't there.
Sure.
I wasn't there, so.
I'm going to send it to you. I was just editing the video, but I was having a hard time uploading it fast enough, and that's why I'll probably send it to you tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, and I mean, we weren't there.
You'll have a record of it. It's totally on video.
Okay, that's great, and yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's hard. There's a lot of rules with the trails.
But there's no,
etiquette.
unfortunately.
There's a lot of etiquette.
Well, do you have the rule on the website? Because I don't see a rule on your website
I
either.
don't know what specific rule you're looking for, nor do I know which trails you were walking.
I was right at the
on.
Forestville Trailhead. There's a big building. It's where you potentially are supposed to be able to rent skis. Though a couple weeks ago I was there, and I was again there now, and there were no volunteers there yesterday. Though there was her there today, and I actually didn't even get a chance to go into the building. She came out of the parking lot, and while I was walking my dog by the car, began to kind of verbally, harass me.
Yeah,
She was behaving in a
it-
disorderly
lot of
way.
Trails, we have more trails available for dog access.
Well, I mean, like I took my dog on a short walk, and I saw two different skiers with dogs. And there's actually
Dogs are
a
allowed. Dogs
yeah,
are
there's a
allowed.
picket
That's not a
line. You
problem.
have your ski tour group meet
Yeah.
there because I was told by someone about that, and I see dogs there every time I've been there. I've seen multiple
no,
dogs.
it's very
The
sensitive
person
right now.
walking on the snow, right?
So right now, it's very warm out, and when people walk on the trails, it causes a lot of damage. And people that spend a lot of time and energy trying to maintain the trails get really concerned about that.
You need to put the signs up though, and not have your woman who is I don't know who she is. I didn't know who she was. That woman does not need to come near me while I'm in the parking lot.
She's a long
She needs to
time-
go put a sign up, and then that's the solution. That way I can see the sign and I won't do it. I have no problem not doing that.
Okay, so I mean, she's attempting to educate and maybe didn't do it in a
Well,
completely appropriate
she's going to
way.
get it when we're done in court because I'm not going to back down. I don't need to have a woman who is middle aged. I have no idea who she is. She has no name card on her. I had to go ask her to get a name card, telling me that she's on the board. She didn't tell me anything. First, she told me to get off the property. It's private property and never come back. And then I got my camera out. I was like, "Well, what's going on, ma'am? You know, please, can you identify yourself? What's going on?" There's no signage. I went into the building with the camera and I said, "Hey, there's no signage to support this rule," which to me, it actually makes sense. The only reason I'm there is to rent the skis. There has been no one there to rent me the skis during your advertised hours. That is outright fraud. If you're accepting donations and you're telling the public that you have people there from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., you repeatedly don't have people there. Unfortunately, your advertising is a nonprofit and you're accepting donations for your nonprofit and you're not actually doing what you're saying you're doing. I am not excited about it. I just wanted to rent skis and go skiing. My issue is, I sure as, you know, I'm not going to swear, should be able to go there and rent the skis, you know, and if there's no one there, like I think I called, do you confirm, remember I talked a couple weeks ago, I called in here,
I don't know if it was a couple of weeks ago or last week.
It was right before the sled dog race, because that was when I was here, whenever that was. Do you remember that, though? Because I pointed out there was no one there to rent the skis.
So the rental skis are really provided as a convenience.
So
our mission is not to provide rental skis to the public, but we provide that as a convenience.
But you advertise that you do that. And the other two ski shops in town told me that you did that. I went out there. It says on the board you do that.
And we do have, we said if you need rental equipment when there's times that there's no staffing or no trail host available to call, and the phone call would go to Kelly and we would figure out somebody out there to assist you.
And when I talked, I didn't call him yesterday, and I was like, hey, you know, it seemed, I was being chill. Like, honestly, I'm not that excited about it. Like, my issue is, I don't want to get driven off from using that resource. You know, it seems like a great trail network. It seems like a great thing. You guys are doing a great job. I don't want to be a negative voice here, but you're just getting someone who's getting excited because someone's, you know, trying to get him excited, and that's that lady. You know what I mean? And if that rule is a rule, it's not shown anywhere. I didn't see it on your website. I didn't see it over there in terms of walking on the trails, and that makes sense to me. I have no problem respecting that rule. However, I have no idea. To me, it looks like she just doesn't want me specifically there, and that's problematic.
She felt threatened, and
why would she feel threatened?
Because you're being very aggressive.
No, that's not what happened. I have a record of it on video. We'll go to court and we'll see it. So
why would we go to court?
Because unfortunately, I don't like getting told by a person who says she's on the board of directors of a nonprofit that I'm not allowed on the property, and that's what she told me, and I have a video recording of it. She said, "I'm going to call the police," and I'm saying, "Well, you know, the only reason I'm here is because I'm trying to rent the skis."
Well, the trailhead is private property.
Well, the reason I'm there is to rent the skis, and you're advertising that you rent the skis, yet you don't have people there most of the time. And I've made calls about this, and I've told this, and there's a history of it, and 2 weeks ago when I was first here. So unfortunately, you're accepting donations, acting as a nonprofit towards a mission, and one of the things you're saying that you do is rent skis. People go to that location to rent skis. You don't have staff there, and you're saying they're there between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., and they're not there.
The skis are there as a convenience. Again, that's a convenience. That is not what our mission is.
But you're advertising very clearly that you rent skis.
To rent skis. We have rental skis.
It says $15 for the skis. That's what it says in there. I have a record of it.
Yes, that's a
it says it on your website.
Because the stores in town do not.
But you don't have anyone there at between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m.
You're being very aggressive.
Well,
it's not helping the conversation.
Well, what do you have to share? I mean, what are you gonna do in terms of taking my my data that I'm giving you with regard to my experience? I wrote a couple bullet points down. I have a Google Drive document. I'm trying to upload the video. What would you do?
So we are already trying to reconcile the schedule with the volunteers. Again, we're relying on volunteers.
I mean, I could be a volunteer for you. I mean, why would she not approach it like that instead of saying, like, if you were like, you know what I mean?
So this week we have a large number of volunteers just happen to be out of town.
Well, I was here 2 weeks ago. No one was here for multiple days. So unfortunately, that's not going to be something I'm going to believe.
I can't speak to that because I don't staff it out there.
I called 2 weeks ago.
We now have access to their Google Calendar, so we're going to know here at the office when people are available.
I'm more excited about the disorderly and inappropriate behavior of that woman that created the atmosphere where now I am angry about this. Obviously, you can tell that by my conversation with you. And, you know, where I am running into a system where you're saying one thing and you're saying you rent the skis, but you don't have anyone there to rent the skis. She is saying that there was a rule about no walking trails, but there's nothing there to support. Those are two big inconsistencies for me. You created the problem, not me. I'm just going there to rent the skis. No one's there. It's not my fault. You say there's someone there. It says $15. I'm there to rent them. Number one. Number two, she is saying your staff volunteer who says she's on the board of directors is saying that No walking on the trails. There is nothing anywhere that says on the website where they're physically at that trailhead that you can't walk on the trails. Now, again, the only reason I am walking on the trail is just to let my dog out, and because I'm there to rent the skis and no one's been there. So I've been there a couple times. I've developed this habit, a very short walk, and there's tons of people skiing with their dogs, etc. And I had no problem with any of this.
Well, here's the other thing. So any of the single track trail?
I'm not on the single track trail. I was on the
Well, no. I'm just going to say on the single track trail,
northwest side.
You are allowed 100% of the time to walk the dog and walk on the trail.
I don't think I walked on that trail. I walked up by the ski area.
Yeah. So the single track trails, I'm just saying, I'm just for your
well,
information.
okay.
The single track is wide open for walking.
I've been here 10 minutes. My time is done. Your signage doesn't really reflect that because when I go to the trailhead for the skiers, there is no sign that says you can walk your dog. There's no sign anything about me walking.
The dogs are allowed on the ski trails with you skiing or
as long as you're not. Yeah, man, but you understand what I'm saying. Your signage and your website doesn't reflect that.
We'll have to take a look at that. We haven't encountered somebody coming in and not
running into a fact that there's an unstaffed location, number one. And number two, it's a very short walk, though. I'm not, like, going out for, like, a mile. You know what I mean? It's like an eighth of a little... As you're walking by the bridge and where it says the little dog picture, it's not even an eighth of a mile. Yeah, so it's not a very far walk.
Again, they're super sensitive right now because the snow is soft.
Sure, but, my issue is not your problem. My issue is that's your problem. You're a nonprofit. She just told me on the camera you have $40,000. Put a couple cardboard signs up. You're done. You've solved your issue. Instead, she came out and talked to me. I was like, hey, I said right in the video to her, I was like, well, instead of talking, why don't you just put a couple suns up and then you would be able to be covered on that. You know what I mean? That's a much more of a solution.
Look into that. I'm not saying.
Well, if I go by there again and there's not signs up, I'll be doing another video. And like I said, I'm actually going to be talking to a lawyer and pursuing this in court because in my background, I don't like an older woman who's on a power trip telling me that I can't use a resource when you guys are getting tons of money and you're not running the resource the right way. And you're actually getting the money and you're saying everyone you're running a certain way, but you're not doing that. So that's a real problem. You created the problems, not me. I'm just there to go skiing and, you kind of ruined my day. And like I've been there a couple times. I haven't gone skiing. I haven't rented the skis. I'm not upset about it. I'm kind of chill. I'm walking my dog a little bit. But, that woman has no right to be disorderly and inappropriate to me in the parking lot. There's just, it's not that it's unprofessional. She's almost committing a crime. And, you can't just go up to someone and begin, saying something, especially when there's no rule that actually is, there's no rule anywhere stated that I've seen that is consistent with what she was telling me. So she just make up this rule. You're saying, well, it's etiquette. Well, I don't have any idea. I'm not from here. There's nothing written on your website. There's nothing out there that says you can't walk on the trails. So you're kind of in a place where you can say, well, that's etiquette. Well, where is your etiquette? Is your etiquette published? It's not published anywhere there at that trailhead.
And we can look into that.
Well,
that's all I can offer you. We can look into that.
Can I just ask, though? I just wanted to get your name so that we know who we're talking to.
Yeah, and I'll send you an email. I actually just opened a YouTube account specifically for this, so that you'll get that email. You'll get that information.
Okay, your name will be on it because I just need to know who I'm talking to.
Well, I need to know, and like I said in the email, I'm going to have to know. She said there was a board of directors meeting on the 13th at 6 a.m. I'm not going to be able to make that at 6 a.m. Is that your board of directors meeting? That's what she told me. She wrote me a little piece of paper. I have it in my car.
Oh, okay.
Is that could you have a different time for that board of directors meeting, the next board of directors meeting?
We usually don't meet at 6 a.m. No.
Yeah, because that's what she wrote on the piece of paper, and I have that in my car.
Okay.
When do you meet? Because we have a recording of this. That way I can try to have someone there. Even if I'm not there, maybe I'll send a lawyer there.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, if you get your lawyer to contact our lawyer, we can work at it that way because then they'll take the emotion out of it and they'll be able to talk about it.
Well, I just am asking when your board of directors meeting is. Is it a secret?
Sure. It's posted on the website.
It's not at 6 a.m. though, because that's what she said. She said 6 a.m. I have the piece of paper. Would you like me to get it from the car?
No.
Okay. When is the board of directors meeting?
It's at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. Because her piece of paper says a.m. I thought that was going to. Is it the day of the 13th?
It is
March 13th or 14th.
Well, that's under debate right now. I didn't tell you about this. I got it scheduled poorly.
It might change.
Yeah,
the
it
date
may
is not.
indeed because Lyle pointed it out in my email that it's usually the second. It's usually the third Wednesday instead of the second, which is what the 14th is.
I gotta go. I don't. I have
Sure,
only so much
sure.
power on my laptop
Yeah.
and mental time for this. So, you don't have a date for your board of directors meeting. Is it 1 or 2 days?
It's probably going to change. I'll tell you that because I just discovered my error this morning.
When do you think it will be about? Or just check your website with it. It'll be about second week or something of March.
It'll be
Or
second,
just contact us.
Yeah,
in
or
the next
we
week
could
and
do
we
that.
can-
You've got our phone number.
Well, I don't want to waste too much more of my time on this, to be honest. Okay, I'm turning this off. You guys have a good day. Yes, sir.
Good. Well, I'll look forward to seeing your name attached to that email then. So
Yeah, you'll look forward to getting